and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's part 25 today, and we bring up the quarter of the century with an amazing tie. We face Celtic in the Scottish Cup final to finish our third season of this series. And I don't know about you, but I certainly did not see this coming at the start of the save, or even at the start of the season. After our second season, with success at Brechin but largely frustrated that we couldn't get any job opportunities, even at semi-pro level, down in England, we got a little move up to Arbroath in League One, and then this, Dundee, Scottish Premiership, a cup final, potentially European football. It has been a remarkable season in our head coach journey. I hope you all had a great festive period as well. Of course, Boxing Day, a massive football clash for us here. And I hope you're looking forward to this one. I hope you're looking forward to the summer, because it could be a very good season next year. But I don't really know how we're going to top this. We come into it in poor form after Wednesday's episode. We are unfortunately massive underdogs and out of form. But we've talked to the lads. We've told them there's no pressure. We'll cross our fingers we get a good performance. So if you're looking forward to this one and you are enjoying the series, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from 2 long-term stories. Of course, Bangor City will be back tomorrow as well, as the festive series is finished off too. So thank you so much for your support on here in the podcast. But let's go and talk about the big game, shall we? No games played off camera. Not really a great youth intake this year. Of course, the finance is looking very healthy after the changes. We might even ask for some upgraded facilities with Europe coming. But there are a few problems in terms of team selection today. Kieran McGrath is ineligible. He's on loan from Celtic. Andy Irving cup-tied. He joined in January. Scott Wright and Regan Thompson still doubtful. So although the dynamics are back up to excellent, although the cohesion's good, the managerial support's great, our reputation is growing all the time. We've got a deal for next year on big money. We've got almost a 2-star reputation. We might go and ask for a licence, actually. Should we do that? Let's get a coaching course on as well. Hopefully, yes, they've allowed it. So a Continental C licence and a real chance to progress in this career. Because I feel like with a Continental licence, with European football on the horizon, we could well be looking at big interest from other clubs. And potentially, as much as we're loving it at Dundee, it could be a very big move. We're not going to be looking to go, much like this one. I mean, Arbroath, we were going to try and escape. We'd offered for 1 or 2 English jobs. But here I think we're going to go for it. We're going to stay with Dundee. We're going to play in Europe. And then we'll try and judge it after that. But everything looking great at the moment. Everything rosy. We'll, of course, do the end of season review after as well. And there's a relegation playoff between Hearts and Livingston. I think Hearts will probably stay up. I know that Dundee and Hearts have got a bit of history when it comes to relegation talk after the old pandemic last year. But I'm not going to get involved in that. Hearts are a big side. We'd like to see them in the Premiership. We'd like to see as many derbies as possible. And Hibs v Hearts is one of the biggest. So let's hope they stay up. Let's go and get into our cup final. And as much as we say we'd like to stay in Europe next year and all of that lot, if we win this trophy, it could well catapult us again. The Scottish Cup is by no means a small trophy. So let's go and make our changes from the last game. Byrne will come in midfield. Chalmers will come in on the left wing and Morris go in up front again. That means we'll be back to wingers out on the left and the right rather than an inside forward. Then onto the bench, we've got to have a keeper. We're going to have Regan Thompson because we need a midfielder as well. He's going to be in place of McGrath. And then ideally, I'd like to have Roberts on the bench, but he's not been match fit. He's not been great. I almost think we've got the best 18 there. So I'm going to stick with it. We're going to go for Aaron Chapman in goal. McGee, Adoffin, Akinola and Marshall the back 4. The fullbacks having a few really poor games. And actually for this one, we'll go to fullbacks on defend because there is no need for them to get forward against Celtic. We've got a deep line playmaker in Alejandro Gorin. He's going to be a deep line playmaker on defend today. Pittman's going to drop to a support duty as we try and keep him as defensive as possible. The director of football, incidentally, giving him a 3-year deal. He's 30 years of age now, and that makes him worth £1.5 million. Is it potentially with the thought in mind that he might get a big offer? I don't know. McPake on the right wing, perhaps a last game for him. He's been poor for a few now, actually. So should we bring Forrest in? I just don't know. I think we'll stick with McPake for now. He's on loan from Rangers, and he should be fired up, shouldn't he? So Pittman and Byrne, McPake and Chalmers, and then Carlton Morris on his own up top. Regan Thompson injured on the bench, but that's just because of his lower arm injury. He's playing with the fracture and he's got the protective gear on. And aside from that, we're as strong as we can be. So into the game we go, not as much attacking support. But can we frustrate Celtic? Can we take them all the way? Or will it be a comfortable day at the office for them? Let's go and find out. Let me know in the comments what you think the score will be. 2 changes from the last match, just the ones because of ineligibility. The 2 Lone Stars out, I'm afraid. If you wonder why I keep moving up and down in the camera shot in the corner, the chair's starting to sink. So I just gradually go like this during the game. But not a problem we've got to worry about. If we get into Europe with Dundee and the money starts flowing from a new contract, we can have as many chairs as we want. So let's have a look at this Celtic lineup, shall we? They've got Jason Denayer back at centre-half. Issa Diop at centre-back as well. Aaron Hickey, as we mentioned in a previous episode, at left-back. Kelechi Iheanacho, Callum McGregor skippering them. Christy Pedraza Dembele. It's a good side. Daniel Amati on the bench. Nuno Santos. John Lundstrom. It's a very good squad. Their bench would beat our first 11 easily. So Josh McCake motivated. We're going to get through the tunnel interview. We've done really well to get here. It's an occasion we can enjoy at Hampden. We're of course going to be huge underdogs. But can we cause a shock against Celtic? Let's go and find out. Free kick on the right hand side. Ryan Christie puts it in. And Odoffin gets the header away to Iheanacho. Denayer recycles it on the left back to McGregor. The skipper cuts inside. He's got a chance to get it forward. But instead plays safe. Denayer again to McGregor. We're forcing them back with a press. Really good work. Back to Hickey at centre half. He gets it up to Pedraza. And now what we don't want to do after forcing them back is give them an opening. And that's almost what we've done. What on earth was that? Oh, the flag's up. Thank goodness. Aaron Chapman just ran past the ball. Just left it behind him. Iheanacho taps into the empty net. And I can't help but feel we've got away with one there. As Ledesma's got a long goal kick for them again. Celtic really dominant early on, as you'd expect. Akinola, all the mistakes are coming out today. Chapman saves down to his left. It's brilliant to stop Iheanacho. But the pressure's getting to him. You can see the nerves. As Pittman's got a free kick into McPake. Loses out in the air. Where's the defence gone? There's 2 people back and Celtic had left 3 up. Back to McGregor. He's got the through ball to Iheanacho. We deserve to go behind. It hits the post. Marshall clears. But what on earth is going on defensively? 2 players left back from the set piece. We have 4 back normally. Oh, I'm speechless. What a game to produce this sort of performance. Remarkably, the stats are level and it's still 0-0. But Celtic, and Iheanacho in particular, have had a couple of great chances already. We're very lucky in my eyes to be level. But level we are with 5 minutes to the break. And it's a throw on the left for Celtic again. All the territory, all the pressure coming forward there. And all through this left-hand side as Pedraza crosses into the box. It's disallowed again. What's that one cancelled for? I don't know if we've managed to get an officiating team or a Rangers fans here. Because something is telling me that we are living a charmed life here. It looks like our lucky day. Celtic will be wondering how they're not ahead. We're going to tell the lads to keep it going. They're doing as well as they can. But, wow. I mean, they're inspired and motivated. And is this the lucky day we need? Maybe it just takes one chance. As Pedraza's got it on the left for Celtic again. It is constant pressure. Pedraza back to Hickey. Into McGregor. Time on the ball. There's a big block of defenders there. But Christie's got it to Hickey. Christie again. 3rd time. They're not really going anywhere, but every time I've said that recently, we've ended up conceding. Svensson's got Dembele with him, goes back inside. It's just complete dominance in our final third. We cannot get out. Dembele turns on it to Iheanacho. Dembele again. That is the goal, surely. It's hit the post again. I'm not sure here. I'm really not sure. Is this a situation where we're just going to get away with everything? As Christie puts it in, it's headed down again. Marshall off the line. I will never explain to you how we are level here, because I haven't got the answer. We've got a few tired legs. Jordan McGee, 1 yellow from a suspension. You're recommending I take a player off in the Scottish Cup final because he's 1 game from a suspension. Oh, you are a silly man, bless you. Right, go into Mark Iheanacho. I don't know if that works, because if we do that, he gets drawn further back, and then we haven't got someone in the midfield. I am going to replace Chalmers, though. He's going to come off for, I think, Alan Forrest, who we're going to have on as an advanced playmaker on attack. So Rowley likes doing, and it just gives us something going forward. Pittman's not happy. A lot of the boys aren't, actually. And I know they're not playing the way they'd like to, but we've got Celtic level after 80, and that's something that we can't turn down. As it's crossed in from the right, Iheanacho's up. Odoffin wins the header, and Morris tries to get it. But Celtic aren't like that. They're not letting us out of our own half. As Svensson's cross is blocked, back to Diop. I mean, it's all Celtic. Surely they have to win this. If they don't score in the last 10, they'll be devastated. Though Morris nicks the clearance. Poor and a little bit arrogant from Ledesma. And Morris, with a better first controlled header, could have got himself in there. So long kick forward by the Celtic man. Amate flicks on to Iheanacho. His former Leicester teammates put it wide again. And Kelechi Iheanacho in front of goal has been nothing short of diabolical. He has missed 3 or 4 excellent chances. As McPake's picked it up on the right wing. Oh, imagine if we nicked this 1-0. Just imagine if we nicked it. Pittman on the right. It's almost what happened against Rangers in the league. As Morris puts it just wide of the post. But a shot. It's progress. We're going to have to replace Pittman. He's absolutely shattered. Regan Thompson on for him. He's got a broken arm. It's not much better. But we'll manage. Here's Ledesma with a goal kick. 3 minutes of stoppage time and 1 minute of normal time to go. As Ryan Christie gets in. His shot's blocked out to Terrier. Back into midfield again. Time on the ball, 25 yards out. Blocked to Byrne. Up to Carlton Morris. He's got a counter on here. Morris has turned the defender and he's going all the way. Carlton Morris. Oh, he's done it. Carlton Morris has lobbed the keeper in the 90th minute. And it's Dundee 1, Celtic 0. What on earth is happening? Carlton Morris is an absolute legend. Oh, we've got to do something. And I'm so excited I don't know what. Who do we bring on? How do we get more defensive? I just don't know what to say at this point. Do we take McPake off? I think we do. We'll put Forrest on the right. We'll put Morris on the left as an inside forward on attack. And I'm going to bring on Cammy Kerr for Josh McPake. If we go to the tactics, I'm just trying to calm myself down. A Doffin in the middle. McGee's going to cut inside as well. Kerr will go to right back in a back 5. So we're going to play 5-5-0 basically. I think that's what we're going for here. I might even drop Forrest to right midfield, but I don't think we can get more defensive. Byrne will be a deep line playmaker on support. Thompson will be a central midfielder. What can he be? Deep line on support again? Maybe Byrne can be a centre mid, I don't know. I just don't know how to maintain my composure. Carlton Morris has possibly given us the greatest moment we will have in this series. And in Season 3, I wasn't quite prepared for this. We thought this job had come too early, and now we've got 3 minutes to hang on. Oh, we're going to slow it down. We are going to keep it tight. Lower line of engagement because there's no striker. I think that's all we're going to do for now. We're going to drop to counter as well, cautious as it is. With 89.5 minutes on the clock, after being completely dominated by Celtic, Carlton Morris has broken away, run half the pitch and dinked it over the keeper at Hampden. And with 3 minutes of stoppage time up, now 5, we've done it! Someone explain this to me. Dundee 1, Celtic 0. Carlton Morris, you absolute legends. Kelechi Iheanacho had the worst game of his life and missed 4 or 5, basically a hatful of great chances. But as a result of that, and Carlton Morris's incredible counter-attack, it is Dundee at Hampden Park who lift the Scottish Cup. A 1-0 victory against every odd. And how Celtic have scored no goals in that game, I don't think I'll ever be able to explain. One of the most backs against the wall performances we've had in this series. And it has come in by far the biggest one. Aaron Chapman's got the cartwheels out. You just can't blame him. I don't know what to say. I'm genuinely left speechless by it. Celtic 18 shots to our 7. 2 on target for us, 5 for them. 2 expected goals for Celtic almost, 0.5 for us. We did have more of the possession though, there's a positive. But somehow we've nicked it. It doesn't matter how you play in the final, does it? It matters about winning, about lifting a trophy. And we have won a major trophy in a Scottish Cup final in our 3rd season. And after a big festive celebration, that is the Boxing Day treat we were all looking for. What an incredible moment. I am so proud of this team. They're absolutely spot on. Carlton was excellent. And the goal. We've got to go and see it again, haven't we? Let's go and watch Carlton Morris's goal again. As soon as we're able to, we're going to skip back and see it. Because Carlton Morris, an absolute hero. Let's go back into the match. I want to see it again. I'm sorry to anyone who's a Celtic fan here or perhaps isn't wanting to see this. But Carlton Morris on the 90 minutes picks it up in his own half. Dribbles past 2 defenders, gets to the edge of the box. Oh, it's stunning. I mean, the keeper perhaps could have got a bit higher. But what a stunning bit of composure after running half the pitch. Dundee lift the Scottish Cup. And for those in the Discord will know exactly what this means. I know I haven't won the balloon technically for this, but I think I deserve the balloon for this, don't I? Let me know in the comments what you think of that one. Another $500,000 in the bank, 70 grand for winning the final. Gate receipt share is 600,000. Lennon's angry, of course he is. And now look at that. Because we've won the Scottish Cup, I didn't even think of that in the excitement of winning. We overtake the team in 3rd and 4th in the league, and we're now in the Europa League. And we'll enter at the playoff. So we are guaranteed European group stage football. Because even if we lose that, we'll drop into the Europa Conference. That's incredible for this club. That's guaranteed extra millions of pounds. I'm starting to think we can turn Dundee into a powerhouse here. Certainly best of the rest. And our director of football is going to have a bigger budget than he expected. I mean, he's got 54 grand at the moment. It's going to get bigger than that. But let's skip ahead to the end of season review. I'll try and calm down a little bit. There's a head of sports science coming in. There's been a few other staff turning up as well. I've completely neglected that. A technical director in Charlie Moffat, who's not bad. Another few others being looked at as well. But I'm almost speechless. We've beaten Celtic, and these boys deserve a big send-off. So let's go and have a look at the end of year review. We'll be back in a moment, and I'll try and be composed again. Hopefully, I'll be able to put a sentence together then. Here we are then, a season review for Dundee for the 2022-2023 season. We only joined partway through it just as they broke up for the Winter World Cup, after spending our first half of the year at Arbroath, who will look to see how they got on. And of course, before the start of the season, we were at Brechin, of course as well in Scottish League 1, before moving to Arbroath. And who thought it was going to end like this, honestly? Let's have a look at the new arrivals. Most joined before we did, so I didn't realise Hakima Doffin was joined in the summer. Carlton Morris joined in the summer. £50,000. 130 for a Doffin. They're sensational deals. Pittman joined from Livingston for $250,000. What a player. Akinola, 300 grand. Really solid defender. Jordan Roberts was great till his injury, to be fair to him. Loans for Thompson, McGrath, McPake. Goran, 350 grand from Oxford. Forrest, Chapman, Strap. I mean, it was quite a big overhaul this summer, and they've all done very well. Of course, Irving came in the summer as well. A really good player, a really good team. Transfers out, there were plenty that left, and there were loans out as well. But, I forgot the transfer out for Callum Higginbottom. He came to Arbroath and obviously played under us there. We'll take a look at them a bit more in a minute. But what a season, fantastic. Let's look at the results though. Here's the important bit. The average home attendance almost 10,000. With Europe and a top half finish, hopefully we can sneak that into 5 figures next year. In a Scottish Cup, we won it. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. We beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup final, and we deserve all the credit in the world for it. In the Scottish Premiership, we finished 5th, but because of winning the Scottish Cup, we are into the Europa League playoff round rather than the Europa Conference, and that means we're guaranteed group stage football, whether that's in the Europa League or the Europa Conference. So we'll see who we get in that. That's definitely one of the first episodes next season though. Let's look at the League Cup. We were out before we joined, I think. We were, September. And then the Friendly Cup is irrelevant. But what a fantastic season. The boys deserve so much credit for that. Moments to remember. How can you not have the Cup final on there? 5-0 win against Forfar in the League Cup. A 3-0 win in the Scottish Premiership. They're both before we joined. And in goal of the season late on. You're telling me that they're more memorable than beating Celtic 1-0 in the Cup final. And we beat Rangers 1-0 in the league to wrap up European football as well. We deserve a bit more credit, I think. The finance is fantastic. Sponsorship was slightly down. Everything else is up. And you can see what it means. Coming up to the Premiership, the difference in broadcast revenue, 10 grand up to 680. And with Europe next year, that's going up again. Morris, the top shirt seller. I don't think the Scottish Cup final will do anything to change that in the summer. We've just got to make sure the director of football doesn't sell him. He did a great job as well in January. He deserves credit too. And hopefully he'll back that up in the summer and become our new Pat Nevin. The best 11 there, I mean, bar right back, is basically the 11 that we were playing. So fair play to them for picking them out. A Doffin and Morris, definitely the standouts. Some really solid players in there as well. And hopefully some improvement with Europe on the way. We won Scottish Manager of the Month for February. Fans Player of the Season was a Doffin. Top goal scorer was, of course, Morris. Top assist for Logan Chalmers. Player of the Match awards to Akinola. And Goring gets goal of the season. It's not bad at all, really, is it? 18 goals overall by Morris, 16 in the league. And one very, very important one, which will never be forgotten, certainly not in my career. And this is the moment we have to talk about. We win the Scottish Cup, we have made history, and Carlton Morris in the 90th minute with the most audacious finish has given us a lead against a side we got battered by over the 90, but somehow managed to keep out. A season I'll never forget, a meteoric rise that I don't think we'll ever have again in FM. We're going to make the most of this in the head coach because, you know, as I said, 2 years ago, we had back-to-back failures at the start. Last year, it was a bit of a slow burner to get up the leagues. And this one, we've just flown out the traps. It's come via Scotland instead of England, but I'm absolutely loving it. Dundee will forever be one of my favourite FM clubs as a result of this season and this half a season alone we've been in charge. I have nothing else but to thank you for joining me. It's been an incredible season. It started at Brechin, it went through Arbroath, and it finishes here with victory over Celtic in the Scottish Cup final. Let's go and have a look at how our two former clubs did in the Championship and League One. Surely Arbroath didn't throw it away. Oh my word. We left them 14 points clear and they finished third. Inverness got up and won it. Brechin finished bottom and got relegated. But Arbroath did get promoted via the playoffs, so you've got to give them that. Fantastic achievement. But how on earth did they bottle the league? And did they sign anyone? Look at that. As soon as we left in January, he's gone absolutely mad. He let one go on a free and then signed loads of others. I mean, none of them are anything other than youngsters again by the looks of it. So maybe I'll reserve that judgment. But he did bring in a good left back. But it doesn't matter now. Arbroath have gone up. We're happy for them. Brechin have got relegated. It is a shame, but we knew it was coming. That's why we left. And most importantly, we are Scottish Cup winners with Dundee against Celtic. We'll be back next season for European action for another Scottish Premiership season. And of course, a transfer special courtesy of Director of Football Jay Hurd. If you're looking forward to all of that and you did enjoy that memorable final, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM21 content from 2 long-term stories. Bangor City will be back after Christmas tomorrow. And what a Boxing Day this was here. You can catch up with all the other playlists in the eye above, as well as the festive save which has come into an end. And there's links to the podcast channel as well. Some special interviews over there recently. So please do give them a try if you haven't already. But a big thanks for watching, your continued support with the series. I hope you've all had a good festive period. And I hope you enjoyed this one. You probably didn't as much as me, but what a moment that was. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.